Today on Judge Porter.
We're here for case number 3129, City of Mango Park versus Mary Anne Waltham. So you're telling me that there's a new sign there that says that you can't make a right on a red light?
I'm here because the total of the fines is $450, and I can't pay that all at once. I've just gone back to work. I haven't been working for the last couple of years.
We're here for case number 3129, City of Mango Park versus Mary Anne Waltham. Do we have a representative from the city here? Ms. Waltham, can you please come to the podium? Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I see that we do not have a representative from the city here. Apparently you have received a few citations for red light cameras. Am I reading this correctly? Why are you running red lights, ma'am? What's going on?
That traffic intersection is near my house, and for years it's been totally legal to turn right on red. And sometime in the last month, the sign that said that was allowed was removed, and nothing else was put up in its place, and I didn't know that the law had changed.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that there's a new sign there that says that you can't make a right on a red light?
Yes, but that is very, very recent. And there was a period where there was no sign, so I didn't know I was doing anything wrong.
How long has it been since this sign has been there?
It's just been recently, sometime in these last couple weeks, but I had already gotten the tickets by the time that sign went up.
Okay. I see here that you have a clean driving record, and the only citations that you've received over the past few years have been these red light camera tickets.
Yes, and as I said, this has been legal for all the time I've lived here, so this is something totally new. I didn't know about it.
So my question to you is, what is it that you want the court to do for you, ma'am?
I'm here because the total of the fines is $450.
Okay.
And I can't pay that all at once. So I'm not looking for a handout or to not pay them. I just need a payment plan because my money situation right now is really bad.
Wait a minute. So that's $150 per citation. Am I reading that right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I got 3 of them.
Okay. Here's what I don't understand about. Maybe you can help me out. What intersection are we talking about here?
What's that?
The intersection. What intersection are we talking about? The street name.
It's let's see. It's Severance Road with Chatham.
Okay, I'm trying to envision where we are here. Am I going? Because 7th Road goes north and south, right?
And so it's when you want to turn east on Chatham. It's always been
so
legal.
If I'm going north on 7th and then I make that right turn, you're telling me that there's a new sign there.
Yeah, and there's been these traffic light cameras installed. But they were
Okay,
installed
I got to be
before.
honest. I don't know what sign you're talking about. I didn't even know they put a sign there.
Yeah, well, it's very recent, and it was a surprise to me. Let's just say that.
Okay. Wow. And I'm assuming that this $400 or $450 puts a little bit of a burden on you.
It does right now.
You said right now. Why? What's going on? I'm just curious.
I've just gone back to work. I haven't been working for the last couple of years. I've been taking care of my dad and just.
What's wrong with your dad?
What's that?
What's wrong with your father?
He had cancer, and he had He passed away 2 weeks ago.
How long were you taking care of your father? Because I'm assuming that you were his caregiver. How long were you in that role?
The last 2 years, sir.
Okay. So you relegated yourself to taking care of him, and you were you working less hours, or you just weren't working, period?
Initially, I tried to just cut down, and then it wasn't enough, so I had to quit entirely.
Did you get any type of government assistance? So you didn't apply for any welfare programs or any type of Medicaid or Medicare or anything like that?
No. And not for me. You know, my dad had some, but it wasn't enough to cover the medical bills. So, you know, we're just really in debt right now from what was left.
Hmm. This is thing that I have about people who trying to make it. Okay. When I was a rookie police officer, I had my training officer, he told me that he only gives certain people, he said there's certain people he won't give a ticket to. We used to work the midnight shift, and he used to say something, I don't give tickets to cars or like the brake light may be out. And if it's like 6 o'clock in the morning and the guy's obviously dressed like he's getting ready to go to work, maybe do construction work, he says, I don't give tickets to people like that because they're trying to make it. He said, I'm not in a position of making someone's life more difficult, even in the face of the law. There has to be a line where you say, you know what, this person is going through something. Let me see where they're coming from. And a lot of times, people within the law, whether it be in the courts or the police or whatever the case may be, they don't have they're more concerned about what's on paper rather than what's in flesh and blood. And you understand where I'm going with that? And I'm sorry that you lost your father, and I'm sorry that it put a financial burden on you. And if you know me, you know how I feel. I am not a big fan of the way our healthcare system treats people, especially when they need it. You pay your money, but you don't get the service. It's always, well, you know, we don't think that's really needed or whatever. And then when the person dies, they sit there and they say, oh man, I am so sorry, but don't worry, you don't have to pay your premiums anymore. Yeah, I know I don't have to pay anymore. What are you talking about? But as far as this situation right here, and like I said, I didn't even really put a sign there. That's new to me. And I'm not a big fan of red light cameras. I think that's insane. I don't understand the logic behind that. I mean, I do understand the logic. They're trying to catch people who run the lights, but circumstances happen where you have to go through that light. For example, let's say that there's a police officer with his lights and sirens coming up behind you, and you have to make that right turn on that red light. Well, that camera is going to pick up you running that light. It's not going to pick up the police officer that's behind you. So when you end up in court and you try to explain, if there was somebody here from Mango Park, they could say, well, look, we have the picture of her running the light. Well, do you have the picture of the reason that she ran the light? No. So I think the red light cameras are, I'm not a fan of the system. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think it does more harm than good. So based on that, these 3 citations that equal $450, don't worry about that. I'm going to dismiss those tickets. I'm going to dismiss those tickets.
I mean,
You're not going to pay that.
I think I could pay them over time, but I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. The second thing is, because now my curiosity has been piqued, I'm going to get in contact with the city and try to understand why is there a sign there to begin with. Are there a lot of accidents at the intersection or something?
I don't know.
Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me why you will put a sign that says you can't make a turn on red there.
Yeah.
You know, and also, did you receive information that they were going to be putting a sign there? Did they put anything out to the people within the residence and say, "Hey, we're going to be putting a sign here"? Just
No,
be
the way I
careful.
found out was getting the
By getting a
citations in the
ticket.
mail.
Okay, like I said, I am going to waive these citations for you. Is your mom still alive?
She is, but she's out of the picture.
Are you in her life?
Only some.
What about your dad? Were your mom and dad still?
No, they were divorced.
Oh, they were divorced. Okay, all right. Because I was going to ask how your mom is doing. And well, since I'm getting into your personal business, and I'm sorry about that, if you have the opportunity, try to build a relationship with your mom. I didn't have the opportunity to build a relationship with my father, and he died before we were able to squash our beef.
Well,
So if there's like a rift between you and your mom, see if you can bridge that gap. Because I don't want you to go through life saying, I wish I coulda, shoulda.
and you know, what's amazing is that's what happened with my dad and I. We had been on bad terms, but these last 2 years, as I took care of him, we were able to, you know, forgive each other and come to some sort of peace with each other. I just don't know if that'd be possible with my mother, but it did happen, which was amazing.
You never know till you try.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. These
really
cases are
appreciate it.
dismissed.
Thank you.
Have a good day, ma'am.
You too. Thank you. Yeah, today just turned out so different than I thought it would. You know, I came here to just try to work out a payment plan, but Judge Porter was an incredible human being to me today and waived all the fines, which makes such a huge difference in my life right now. So, you know, I just feel really grateful and surprised. It's just like sometimes people are better than you expect, you know?